Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another legal breaking reporting and video analysis update. This just in, we are getting reports from Reuters that a U.S. appeals court has blocked and maintained the ruling from a lower court judge, signaling that the Trump administration cannot illegally, unconstitutionally, wrongfully, and unlawfully dismantle the U.S. Department of Education. Let's get into this brand new legal breaking reporting and video analysis reporting by Reuters. Ladies and gentlemen, the article reads, Trump cannot proceed with gutting U.S. Department court rules. And, ladies and gentlemen, the article reads, a federal appeals court on Wednesday declined to lift a judge's order blocking President Donald Trump's administration from carrying out his executive order to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education and requiring it to reinstate employees who were terminated in a mass layoff. The Boston-based First U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals rejected the Trump administration's request to put on hold an injunction issued by a lower court judge at the urging of several Democratic-led state school districts and teachers' unions. The U.S. Department of Justice had asked for a swift ruling from the First Circuit so that it could promptly take the case up to the 6-3 conservative majority U.S. Supreme Court if the appeals court, did not rule in its favor. But Chief U.S. District Judge David Barron, writing for a panel of 3 judges who were all appointed by Democratic presidents, said a stay was not warranted given the extensive findings a trial judge made about the impact mass firings at the department would have on its ability to function. What is at stake? A statement by the department, the education department, a statement by the judges, or the chief judge, said this. What is at stake in this case, the district court found, was whether a nearly half-century-old cabinet department would be permitted to carry out its statutorily assigned functions or prevented from doing so by a mass termination of employees aimed at implementing the effective closure of that department, he said. The Education Department did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The lawsuits were filed after Secretary of Education Linda McMahon in March announced plans to carry out a mass termination of over 1,300 employees, which would cut the department's staff by half as part of what it said was its final mission. Those job cuts were announced a week before Trump signed an executive order, ladies and gentlemen, calling for the department's closure, following a campaign promise to conservatives aimed at leaving school policy almost entirely in the hands of states and local school boards. Trump later announced plans to transfer the department's student loan portfolio to the Small Business Association and its special education, nutrition, and related services to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. In combination with 600 employees who took buyout offers, the education department, ladies and gentlemen, said the job cuts, once implemented, would leave it with 2,183 workers, down from 4,133 when Trump took office on January 20th. Affected employees, ladies and gentlemen, were placed on administrative leave on March 21 and were told that they would continue receiving full pay and benefits until June 9. The administration argued the cuts were a lawful and streamlined the agency and cut bloat. To streamline the agency and cut bloat. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this legal breaking, reporting, and video analysis update. If you did enjoy this legal breaking, reporting, and video analysis update, please firstly like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as enjoy. Secondly, if you guys would like to stay up to date on all the things legal breaking, reporting wise on the side of politics, please hit the bell icon as well as the all notifications option. The bell icon is located directly beneath the screen here on the right hand side of the subscribe button. Thirdly, if you guys would also like to stay up to date on all the things legal breaking, reporting wise on the side of politics, please follow me on my social medias. That'll be linked down below in the video description. Fourthly, ladies and gentlemen, please help me reach and achieve the goal of 170 plus subscribers. The reason why I'm saying 170 plus subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, is because right after we reach and achieve the goal of 170 subscribers, we have more subscribers to reach and achieve right after we reach and achieve the goal of 170 subscribers. Fifthly, ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe and please stay positive. Even though, unfortunately, I know it's hard for the majority of you at times to stay positive during these unfortunate, illegal-induced darkness times, caused by the unconstitutional and illegal Trump administration, Trump regime, and know that justice will prevail eventually correctly on the correct side of the law, despite Donald Trump and his illegal, unconstitutional regime and administration's, illegal executive orders, illegal actions, and illegal behaviors. And always look, lastly, ladies and gentlemen, for the points of light in today's unfortunate, illegal, induced darkness for the Trump, by the Trump administration, Trump regime. Such as this reporting that the appeals court rightfully, legally, and constitutionally and lawfully blocked the Trump administration and maintains the block on the Trump administration from dismantling the education department illegally. Until my next legal breaking reporting, ladies and gentlemen, I will look forward to talking to you guys in the next legal breaking reporting.